You are now tuned into Flippin' the Birds, a Philly Sports Network podcast.
Almost.
So close.
I get this. I get so close every fucking time, man.
Hey, we're still proud of you, man.
It's all right. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So as I open up this bottle of whiskey, so everybody, welcome to another edition of Flippin' the Birds. I am Chris Infante. That's Morgan Burkett, and we are now joined by 3-year pro, almost Pro Bowler, got robbed. We all voted. We all clicked the link. We had like whatever the maximum amount of per votes we got. We all hit it. Shaun Bradley's here, 3 years in a row. Now it's how you feeling, bro? It's how's it going?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling real good, man. It's crazy. 3 years go by that quick, man. I'm in a good space. Oh wow.
So first things first. You were dinged up towards the end of the season. You put some pictures about your neck and everything. How are you health wise and what's going on over there with you?
Oh, I'm good, man. I just towards the end of the season it got pretty rough. I had that I made that hit in the Denver game and then kind of messed my neck up a little bit. I ended up getting into a car crash a couple weeks later. I had COVID, so I was like, the end of the year was pretty like a spiral for me. But I mean, surgery went well, man. I'm getting back on my feet, starting to work out again, getting back running. So I should be ready to go, man.
No cowboy collar this year. That's unfortunate.
Nah, man, you gotta dig that way. That was terrible. Oh my god. That was like hell, man. Oh my god, I hated that shit.
Yeah. I mean, look good in the 90s, but
right. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It look a little off, man. You walk out there, you can't turn your neck. You all like, this shit is terrible.
Yeah. So leave it to Leighton Vander Esch, on the Cowboys.
Right. Fuck that.
Yeah. So how's it feel? Having obviously you've only been 2 years in the league, but obviously last year was leaps and bounds more productive and much a year of growth for you. You were almost in the Pro Bowl. Like how did that feel? Like how was your second year in the league?
I would just say I got a little more comfortable. My first year in the league, it was kind of like still trying to find my way for real. Like, just seeing how the game was played, the speed of the game, the physicality of the game. But this year was kind of like I knew what I was doing, especially on special teams. Like I knew, I started to learn more. I started to really pay attention to the craft of special teams, and I just started playing better. And then for defensive wise, I was just learning the playbook every day, just continuing to do what I was doing, enhancing my process. So it ended up helping me out for real.
So before the season, well, first Heather says that she loves you. Just so Heather.
Love you too, Heather.
So before the season, when we had you on last year, you were changing defensive coordinators. We were talking about John DeGannon's hug, how much he hugs people and all that, and then we saw his defense come to fruition and how he uses you guys, and now going into year 2, he's fresh off of like 5 or 6 different head coaching interviews, and now he's back. Now, how was Gannon's defense for you? Like to learn, and how did it go throughout the season? Like how many different looks, how many different spots were you trying to play? Were you trying to play Sam, Mike, Will, all the above, slot corner? It's we know we had Fletcher's comments back in October how he's like, I'm not getting paid to go cover screens, so how was that during the year?
It was good, man. It was exciting, man. Like I said before, like JG's a good dude, man. He's a real good dude. He's a real good coach, honestly. And, I felt like the whole thing was just us buying into the process. At first, originally, you come from, especially the older guys, they come with Doug Peterson and what's the coaches from last year?
Jim
Schwartz.
Shorts. Yeah, we come from Shorts defense, and you doing that for so long, you're accustomed to it. So when somebody else is bringing a new defense in, and you don't really know it fully at first, it's not gonna work the way you want it to. It might not go the way you want it to at first. So that was kind of happening, and everybody was kind of like, dang, like they was kind of like shutting it down or trying to push away from it. But once we all started to believe in it and learn it more, it became better for us. And I think JG did a great job of just keeping everybody balanced and level-headed in the beginning of it when things were a little crazy, and just kept us sane the whole year. And we ended up playing a little bit better at the end. So.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Chris talked about the amount of interviews he got. There's a real risk of losing him. How much does it mean to have him back, have the same coaching staff for 2 years in a row and get a year to grow in that system? How much does that mean?
Yeah, that was definitely big for me. I was excited about that. When I found out he was interviewing for other jobs, I was hoping. I'm like, damn, I hope he don't get it. Like, I hope he do for his family. Obviously it's his family and stuff like that. He's a good dude, but for me, selfishly, I'm like, damn, I don't want him to get it because he got a good playbook. I really started to really learn the playbook and understand it and know little things in and out. So, I mean, I'm excited now. I know I don't got to come in and just learn a whole new playbook this offseason. I get to just come straight in and just enhance on what I already know. So I'm excited.
And where do you see the growth for you within the system for the second year in that system? Where do you think you're gonna make the most growth?
Yeah, I mean, just in all around, I think my whole entire game, special teams especially, and then defense, of course. I'm definitely going to get more on the field this year than I was last year. Like, I'm ready to go. Last year for me, I felt like it was more just me I didn't really know too much of the details fully than I needed to know to be on the field all the time, I guess. So this year, I mean, I've been studying this off season already. So I'm just going to I'm gonna really show out this off season. This season. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm ready to put it all on the table.
Now, obviously you were a special team standout last year. Now, are things with the playbook now? You know everything. Do things look like you're really ready for a bigger role than you have the first two years? The first year you didn't play too much. Obviously, last year you played a lot more, and more on special teams, and you were just getting down the field and killing guys on the returns. With the loss of Alex Singleton, and now he's Bronco. The loss of Jannard Avery, now he's a Steeler.
Mm-hmm.
And even though your boy Hassan Reddick is here, does it look like the path is there for you to really take the next step and just be that guy next to TJ, next to Hassan, and really take your game to the next level to defensive snaps every game?
Yeah, I mean, no doubt. I mean, that was my plan the whole time. And we signed Kaiser White too as well.
And Kaiser White, yeah.
Yeah, and I think he plays the outside, which is good. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's always a competition. It is what it's going to be. Whoever's out there is whoever's out there. But I can tell you that this year specifically, I am going to do everything possible to get on that field. I'm going to lay it all on the line. I promise you that. So this year is going to be a big year for me for sure. So I'm excited, man. I'm getting back off an injury, so I'm like really antsy right now because I can't really run too much and get on the field. So I'm really antsy to do that. So I'm excited, but it's gonna be fun, man. I'm definitely trying to step into that role. We got Davion coming back. We got a good group, man. See, we're getting this draft, so I'm excited.
Mm-hmm. Now, what does it feel like, coming into your third season? There's a chance the Eagles add, a linebacker in the draft or add a young guy. But how does it feel now to kind of be a veteran in that group? And you're going to be showing the new free agents. You mentioned those two guys that are coming in, Kazir and Hassan. Coming in. Like, how does it feel to be a veteran now and be able to kind of pass on what you've learned, and how's that roll for you?
Yeah, it's pretty good, man. I mean, I'm pretty excited again. Like, for me, like, I'm still not fully like I still like to learn even on the defensive side of the ball specifically. Like I can learn from Kaiser White. He played a lot last year, even though he's the same age as me. I can still pick his brain a little bit, use some of it. TJ helps a lot. Hassan played a lot of football, so I'm excited to work with him. But I mean, yeah, like I'm excited to share with the younger guys coming in, man. Especially on special teams, like I'm ready to show them what to do, what the ropes is, like how to manage certain situations. I mean, it's pretty cool, man. I'm excited.
Now, how does it feel? We talked about him a few times, but we just got New Jersey on the Eagles now. Like we just got Jersey on the map now on the Eagles. You got your boy Hassan here who played with you at Temple. Kaiser is from Plainfield, and then he was out of Philly. So what are those additions to you? Like not only like obviously they're both linebackers, but kind of the familiarity. They're from where you're from too. Like it's and obviously one was your old teammate. How for you are those additions, and especially Hassan? Like you mentioned to us before the podcast, he was there at Temple helping you show the ropes. So when you heard about that signing, well, did you kind of know beforehand? First of all, did you kind of know, was he in contact with you? Like, yo, where am I going for cheesesteaks? I can't remember. I haven't been in Philly in a long time. How was that signing for you personally?
Nah, he didn't give me about no cheesesteaks, but he talked to me before he had signed with Philly. He had hit me. He was asking like how the staff is, how the practices be, like what's the locker room vibe, like what's the guys like, stuff like that. I told him all good things, I broke it down to him, so we had a good conversation and shit. So I told him at the end of the conversation, like, yo, what's up? Like, you might as well come on. Like, we need you. Like, we really need you over here. So you feel me? Ended up coming over here, and I was excited, man. Like I said before the podcast, like Haas is one of them guys that really helped me, learn the way at Temple. He brought me as a freshman. He brought me in. I remember the specific meeting he sat me down in the cafeteria. Me and a couple of guys, Chappelle, he's on a Jaguar, but whatever. He sat us down. He basically told us, like, yo, for us to win this championship this year, we need the younger guys to fall in line. He's like, y'all going to have to lead that. Y'all going to have to, like, keep them in line. We're going to come to y'all when they out of line because we need y'all to lead them type stuff. So, and that was big for me. That really kind of showed me, like, all right, well, he think I can be a leader. Like, maybe I should, start doing things a little different. So, and we ended up winning the championship that year. So I'm excited, man. Like, what I'm saying? I can learn a lot from him. He already hit me when he got out here, telling me, like, he's going to do these workouts and, I'm thinking I'm on the workout. So I'm already excited, man.
No, I know that, he can do a lot. But when you think of Hassan and adding him to the defense, apart from the leadership, what you just talked about, what do you think that he's going to bring to the team? And what are you excited to do alongside of him?
Yeah, I think he's going to bring a big role in, like, leadership and, just aggressiveness on the field. He's one of them guys that's, like, again, he's from Jersey. So, I'm all about Jersey guys. I love Jersey. So, he's from Camden, around the way. So he got that grit. I'm telling you, like, when you get on the field, you get busy. So I can't wait for everybody to really see it. Man, he's a good leader, man. Like, he knows what he's talking about. And he really leads by example. He won't really say too much. He ain't going to talk the whole game. But when he step on that field, it's gonna be a problem. So I'm excited, man.
Now, real quick, off topic. You talk about how Camden's around the way from you in West Hampton. What is your definition of, like, down the block or whatever? Because we were talking. So Morgan and Brian last week were talking to Jasir Taylor out of Wake Forest, and he's out of Asbury Park.
Yeah. My people from out there, they know him.
Yeah. So Brian lives in Middlesex.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Oh, yeah."
And I'm Canadian, so I don't know.
So Morgan doesn't know shit
this,
about Jersey. So Brian says, "Yeah, I'm down the block from there." And then Morgan calls him out and says, "Down the block, really?" So he looks up his address and Brian's address, and it's about an hour and a half drive. So we're like, "What? That's not down the block, yo." It's like,
that's not down the block. Down the block is like a 20-minute, maybe like a 15-minute drive. Like down the block, hour and a half is crazy.
I'll have to go back to Brian, but hey, Sean called you out, man. It's not right.
No, it's not down the block.
You can't be lying to me like that.
That's a trip. That's like me going to New York right now.
Like Asbury Park's right close to the shore, and Brian's going down towards fucking New Brunswick. Like that's not even close.
That's completely nah.
That's not even close.
Not even close. That's like separating ways.
That's like I'm in North Jersey. Like I'm close to Pennsylvania, and that's like me saying, "Oh yeah, I'm right down the block from Manhattan." Like, it's like
that's not right down the block. Got to be a 10-minute drive. Like,
shit. Come on, Brian. Speaking of Brian, he wants to get your input on the Kelly Green coming back.
Oh, the jerseys.
Yeah, 2023.
Yeah. I'm excited, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny because when I had seen that, I'm like, damn, I gotta make sure I'm here in 2023 so I can wear them. I'm excited though, man. I think I was more excited about. I had seen something about black helmets this
Oh
year.
yeah, black on black.
Yo.
Like that's
That looks so nice.
I was saying that last year. Like, man, we need some fucking black helmets. Like,
Yeah,
and that's crazy. So I think I'm more excited about that than them jerseys. That all black is gonna be nutty.
Yeah, I think like because with fans, the last weeks and months and years, they've been clamoring for the Kelly Greens to come back.
Yeah.
So if, Jeffrey says that today, and then all of a sudden he drops, oh yeah, we're bringing a black helmet too. I think that just took away all the excitement for the Kelly Green. It was like, oh, that's it. That's
exactly.
That black
that's
helmet.
How I felt too. Right. I seen the
helmet.
Kelly Green first. I'm like, ooh. I got excited, and I seen the black helmet. I'm like, man, that's it. They don't even need this jersey. But
man, we gotta wear the All Blacks against Dallas. I'm just hoping that'll be a great game.
I'm sorry, Sean. I'm sorry, Sean. If you like this guy or not, no, you probably don't. But you don't have to say it out loud. But you need to debut those black helmets, the black jerseys, those black pants against Wentz and Washington. You need
Carson.
We're
gonna try to torture Carson, man. We're gonna try to get after his ass.
That's right. That's
it's crazy though, man. I don't know why the NFL doesn't have a lot of alternate jerseys. Like the NBA does all that stuff. Like I don't know why they don't get into all that. I think they do a lot with the NFL jerseys.
Yeah, they did the color rush for a couple of years and they just got rid of it. And the Eagles didn't even get a color rush. We just got all blacks again.
All black, yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah,
that was fun.
What do you make? I mean, speaking of Carson, there's been so many changes this year. Like people change. It seems like it's an NBA season, really, NBA off season. What do you make of all the changes? Do you think this is like the new kind of way where people are going to be switching teams all the time? And what does that mean? What is it? What reaction do you have when you see all these people changing places?
Yeah, man, I think it's crazy, man. I think it's kind of cool though. I think times are definitely changing. Like everybody used to just try to stay with one team their whole career, but I think now it's more like people got families and other things involved too. Like what place is better, and also like I know a lot of people probably going for the money, man. Wherever places offer more money and that has a better environment around them. But I think it's exciting. It switches up the league. It makes it interesting. Now you playing different teams this year, and you got this guy's over here now, so you get to see different combinations. So I'm excited, man, to play all these guys. It's gonna be a pretty good season. Especially in Madden too. When I get the video game, that shit.
Yeah. It's gonna be weird seeing all these.
That's
these
what
different
I'm saying,
people.
right? Exactly.
Yeah.
You can see Devontae in silver and black.
Right. Tyreek is gonna be like the main team to go to now in the fucking
Tyreek in Miami.
Right.
You got Matt Ryan in the Colts now. You got
Matt Ryan in the Colts, right? All that shit.
We got Carson look like ketchup and mustard over there in Washington with the red and the yellow. Yeah, it's
worst name, Commanders.
The Commanders.
Oh, I don't like it either. I'm glad you said
that. The commies, like the fuck. Yeah. So so looking last year we had you on before the draft, and you were like, though, we got to get Quincy Roche.
Yeah,
we gotta get him. Is there someone that you see out there either who went to Temple, went somewhere else that you like? That's the guy we need over here. You got 3 first-round picks. And there's so much talk about how we deal one of them, we'll do 2 of them, all this stuff, and it's really centered around Jalen, and we'll get to Jalen in a minute. But who do you like looking at your team objectively, and looking at your offense or looking at you guys on the defensive side? Is there someone or a couple guys out there in the first round you're like, nah, we got to add these guys?
I mean, personally, like I like I would hope that Garrett Wilson will fall to us. I mean, that was probably like for me. I was saying that for a minute. I think he's a really good player, good route runner, fast, got some speed with him. So I was hoping to get him. And then I like the conference guys that I played with in our conference. So I'm a big Sauce Gardner fan. So I think I would like to play with him too as well. I think he's a really good player. And then so I'm excited though, man. I think Howie. I think Howie's done a good job, man. I'm excited to see what he does this year, see what he picks. So it's gonna be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Now, is that something that you guys have conversations about as players? You text them back and forth, like, especially with 3 first-round picks, that's got to come up in conversation.
Honestly, no. Like, it's funny that you say that too, because I've been asked that too before. Like, y'all talk about like who's gonna pick it. We don't, honestly, because it's like no matter how much you talk, you really don't ever know who they're.
Yeah.
And like you just don't know. So it's just kind of like we never really. I mean. Last year, I think I had shared a text message with somebody, after the draft, after we had picked him, like, yo,
Right.
got so and so, but like not before the draft, not talking about like who you think we're gonna get, like,
Yeah.
you know, again, it's like, you know, it's still somebody's job at the end of the day, so it's kind of like I'm
True.
friends with some players on the team. Like, I ain't gonna say like we should get this safety, but I'm talking to one of my safeties on the team. Like, that's my piece. I'm saying, so it's really like we don't really talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Chris has more to talk about with the draft too. But you know, speaking of safety, real quick, you know, one of the free agent signings that kind of flew under the radar is you got Anthony Harris back. How much does that mean to have some continuity behind you?
Yeah, hell yeah. Ant is my dude, man. Big bro, man. He good people for real. Like, he's a real good dude. Smart, tough. He can hit. You know, so it's good to have him back, man. You know the defense. He's been in the system, so it's good to have him back. Somebody, you know, make you comfortable back there with giving you calls and stuff like that.
Or you look like you keep going. You can keep going if you want.
No, it's fine. I figure you want to talk about the draft a bit more. You know.
No. You see, he said Garrett Wilson. You know, so like it's so you know you got. I mean, if Garrett Wilson comes around, that's a pretty lethal wide receiver court. You got Quez, you got Devontae, you got Devontae. Now you got Zach.
Yeah.
You got Zach now there, who we had on last week. You know, he talked about his dog culture connection with Sirianni. You know, speaking of Sirianni again, before we get to Jalen, that's a big topic. How did like last January, before we had you on, when Sirianni was hired, everybody made a big shit about his press conference. Like he was stuttering, he was all this, and people like, oh wow, this is who the Eagles hired. Like, you know, people dragging him and all this stuff. And how did you see Sirianni just grow as a head coach from the day he was hired to where he is now? You know, he's down in West Palm Beach. He's in Florida right now with you know, to soaking in the suns. You know, we could question his dress code a little bit. You know, he didn't look too great, but you know, he's down there with how he had like a nice like hot pink shirt on today.
Yeah.
You know, so how did you see from like last January till now, a little bit over a year later, your head coach Nick Sirianni?
Yeah, I mean, I had said it early on, man. Like after that interview, people were saying that, and I was saying, like, you know, he's his first time head coach. You know, he's trying to find his way and stuff like that. But I mean, I thought he did a great job this season, man. He did a great job this season, and now he's more comfortable, man. He knows they just did a whole year, so I mean, he knows what he got going on. He knows what he's talking about. You know, he got his team. He's building, and you know. He's ready for a second year, man. He's a good dude, man. Coach Sirianni is one funny man. He is a good people.
How did the team take when he described the team as a garden, you know, as flowers starting to just blossom, or you need to put the fertilizer down and just grow? You know, when he said that, you know, it's still a joke to this day among the Eagles fan base. But I mean, you guys blossomed. You guys blossomed.
We did. It's crazy because I laughed when he said that shit. But we really believed in that though. Like, and we kind of really did follow that process, and it really worked, to be honest with you. But it was funny how he described the whole thing, like the whole like analogy and things behind it was just funny. But I mean, yeah, he knew what he was talking about, man. He kept us. He always had something. He always had something new every week that was like that flower. So it was always something new every week that, you know, it made us laugh, but it was true in what he was saying. There was a meaning behind it, and the meaning was actually realistic.
No, I mean, and this might be, you know, a question you got to think about. But with any coach, a huge part of it is buying into the system, is believing in the coach. You know, you're all professionals, you're all NFL players, but it goes a long way. So what is it about Nick Sirianni, especially after you've had a year with him, and Jonathan Gannon as well, that really makes you believe in them as coaches? What's that one, like that thing they bring to the table that makes you really believe and want to play for them?
I would say they're just real genuine. I mean, like it's not like they're not trying to do too much as a coach. I would say, like, you know, he doesn't, like, Sirianni's not trying to go like extra hard. He's not trying to do a whole lot to make it. He's not trying to be this super coach. He's being himself. And that was like the biggest thing. Like, he's a real dude. Like, you come talk to him. If you need to come talk to him, you can come talk to him. If you need to come talk to JG, you can come talk to him. He's going to tell you how it is. He's going to tell you, he's going to keep it real with you. And I think that was the biggest thing. And then, you know, just, I would say, like, you know, in the beginning of the season, you know, we started off kind of slow. Like,
right.
Him, JG, and Nick, and Nick, you know, they constantly were just stay motivated. They didn't like bring it down. They didn't like, you know, scream or we need to do this, we need to do that. It's just, hey, we're gonna be the same team. We're gonna keep doing our process. We're gonna keep believing in the process, and we're gonna get better every week. And then we started to buy in. Everybody at the beginning of the season, everybody was, it was all like, man, it's the coaches or it's this and it's that. But it was really kind of us for real. We had to buy in. We didn't really buy in all the way. We didn't really want to believe in everything we had going on. So, yeah.
Did you notice like a turning point? Like, could you point to a time where you're like, okay, with the Denver game, I think that was a huge game. Was there a point where you're just like, okay, I feel like we're starting to feel it?
I think when we played Denver. When we played that, who do you know we played before Denver?
I got you right now.
I should know that.
But I remember we played Detroit. We played the Chargers, and then
was it the Saints? No, Denver was before the Saints.
The Chargers game was close to that game too.
I think it was the game after the Chargers game was when we started to kick it up, if I can remember. I just can't remember what the team was.
So you got Chargers, it was Chargers, Broncos, Saints.
Okay, yeah, it was a Denver game. Denver game was like the spark for us, kind of like that, because like it started really in Detroit when we won that big game, but then we lost to the Chargers the week after. But we played kind of decent. We
close,
we played it pretty close. So we lost it on some BS. But then the Denver game, we kind of like okay. Like we beat them, we were like, okay, I think we got a little something here, and then we kind of just tried to keep it rolling. And we played pretty well after that, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, after that, the only you lost to the Giants, which that's something we don't have to talk about that. That's bad.
Yeah, please not talk about that.
That's a bad one. But then you beat down.
I fucking hate them.
Yeah. It's mutual. It's mutual.
It's mutual. Fucking horrible. But you go ahead.
That's all right. We hate them too. It's okay. Then you beat down the Jets. Then you beat Washington. Then you beat down the Giants to pay back, and then you beat the Washington again. And then you had that game that no one had to play against the Cowboys. From that perspective, when you because you played like what 5-6 snaps in that game because you didn't have to.
I played.
You played.
Then I got hurt.
Yeah. So I mean, and you got hurt, but there was really no reason to rush you back too. You guys were all you guys had punched a play spot and stuff like that. How did it feel? I don't know if you guys paid attention to it or whatever, but everybody's like, oh, they got the asses kicked by Dak Prescott, throwing almost 500 yards, but you guys had. Your backups in there, and so was that something like that you guys talk about? They're still playing Dak, and it's it doesn't even matter.
I mean, shit. I mean, before the game, I was saying I was kind of happy they were playing Dak Prescott because for me, like I said, that end of that season, I started to get hurt. Prior to that Dallas game, I had got to a car accident. I had my neck messed up. I had COVID, and I had missed three games, so I was just kind of coming back. So I was excited to finally get to play again with this. I was wearing a cowboy collar. I'm like, they're playing Dak Prescott and Zeke. I'm like, let them play because then I get to make all these plays against them. You feel me? Just let them play. And we were pretty good in the beginning, I would say. But I mean, it wasn't like we lost the game. It wasn't like, oh, we lost. We're terrible. It's kind of well, I mean, we don't get as much reps. It was like a fucking. Y'all are the fucking starters. Y'all should know what y'all doing out there. You're supposed to do that, and we were just kind of so it was fun though, man. Being out there making some plays. I mean, it wasn't too bad. Never really gave a fuck though.
Mm-hmm. And what did it mean for that team to make the playoffs? How big was that?
That was big. Now that was big. That was big for us, man. Because like I said, man, them last 2 years. If you was on the last 2 years, you go from last year and then you start from the first 5 games of this past season. Mm-hmm. Boy, it was fucking hell. It was fucking stressful. God damn, we couldn't get a fucking we was God, we can't fucking win. What's going on? You feel me? So making the playoffs and we started to get it rolling, it was kind of all right, man, damn, here we go. We knew we had something, man. We just had to believe, man. We got to put the pieces together. And this year we're gonna be fucking rolling.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I assume, but can you talk about how big that is to build on for this season, making the playoffs, knowing you guys can compete, especially in the division, knowing you guys can beat the teams in the division, that's half your games essentially. So how much does that mean building off of that? And then even just adding these pieces and knowing you have that base where you can already make the playoffs. Now you've added some pieces. What's the feeling going into this year?
Yeah, and that's big, man. And that's the part that excites me the most because, we lost the playoff game, of course. And, but I mean, we went out with we got a playoff spot. We made the playoffs, and it's a good starting for this season, man. It's something to build off of. We got some good pieces, and now I think it's just like you said, man. We know we can compete. That was the biggest thing for us. It was like, man, we made the playoffs, man. We know we can beat them. We can beat this team. We play our best game. We know we can compete on our schedule. So it makes this year even more exciting, man. And I would say Jalen's first year was the whole year starting was last year, and the motherfucker got 9-8 and made the playoffs. If you're not fucking telling me that's fucking good, you're crazy as hell. So I mean, I'm excited to see what he's gonna do this year. So I mean, can't wait.
Well, now that you brought him up, you know, so it's like,
let's talk about him.
It's been a big. I don't know if you guys noticed, but you know, there's been a little bit of a cloud over the Eagles with, you know, obviously with the 3 first-round picks. Everybody's saying how many of them they're gonna trade to Seattle for Russ? How many they're gonna trade for Houston for Deshaun? How many are they gonna trade for Aaron Rodgers? Are they gonna trade for this person? All like to get away from Jalen Hurts for whatever reason. Like, was what kind of like did that do anything to the team? Was that like do anything from what you thought of? Did that do anything to Jalen that you know of? That just seeing constantly rumor after rumor, Eagles linked to this person, Eagles linked to this person are the Eagles. Even though Howie and Sirianni straight out say Hurts is our guy,
right.
You know, we still got flashbacks from when 2 years ago when Sirianni and Howie said Carson's our guy, you know, and then they go out and trade him to Indianapolis, you know. But no matter what they do, no matter how many times they say Jalen's our guy, I mean, they could hold him out right in front of him and say this is our guy, and there's still going to be rumors saying, oh no, the Eagles are not committed to Jalen. So how were those rumors around Jalen? Like, how did it affect you guys or him, or what did you see?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't affect him at all. I mean, I seen Jalen in the fucking training room after they were doing all that shit. Like, he's cool as hell. But I mean, yeah, it didn't affect the team. Like, nobody don't be listening to that shit. Like. That whole D'Angelo Russell, like I be confused because it's just like everybody wanted him to play like he was fucking Aaron Rodgers, and I'm like, Aaron Rodgers didn't become Aaron Rodgers on his first year of fucking starting. He wasn't just walked in the league become Aaron Rodgers. Like, this is Jalen's first year of playing a whole year of football, learning and seeing all these new defenses and all this type shit. Like, and he made the fucking playoffs. Like, I don't understand. Like, it's like you got to develop. He got to make. Yeah, he got to get built. He's gonna work on his strength. He's gonna work on his passing strength. He's gonna work on his accuracy. He's gonna work. Of course, he's gonna build on all that. But for a starting ground for a first year for a starting quarterback, he had a good year. And I just don't get why everybody doesn't want to give him a chance. Like, you want to jump to Deshaun Watson and Russ old ass. Like, I mean, shit. I mean, Russell Wilson is a great quarterback. Hall of Fame quarterback. But I mean, damn. Like, Jalen 24, 23. Like. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited, man. I can't wait. I just hope that's what I hope he does. I hope he plays great this year, so everybody could just shut up.
It's my thoughts exactly. I mean, I don't think you guys are in a more perfect position than you are now. I mean, obviously Jalen's on a rookie contract. You're still on a rookie contract. So many people are still on rookie contracts that are really good players, and you can add obviously that helped down adding Reddick to your team, helped down adding Pascal to your team, and it's going to add whoever else you add in, and it's just building that team around. You see all these teams with these so quote unquote elite quarterbacks that make all this money. And what the hell have they done the last few years outside of Tom Brady? Like, not even Tom Brady has had a mega contract until when he was with the Patriots, he didn't have a big contract. He just said, build the team around me. So like the last few years, last year was Brady who won it. A couple years ago was Mahomes before his mega contract. And now you see what happens. They got Trey Tyreek, and then a few years ago was Nick Foles, with the Eagles, and he was making a few bucks. So it's all about the team, and that's the thing. Like, people want to trade all these picks that you guys got instead of supporting Hurts. Like you just said, like you trade those picks, you're not getting Garrett Wilson,
right?
You're not getting players like that. So we're super excited about them. We like us here, at PSN, we love Hurts. We after I think it was Sirianni today saying at his press conference that Hurts is down in Southern California, working with a QB coach right now, and just doing the work, man. He's putting in the work to shut everybody up, and it's gonna be beautiful next year. It really is.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying, man. That's all you can do, man. You just got to keep working, and you're gonna get better, and he's gonna come in here better than he was last year. I mean, shit. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, man. I agree exactly what you just said. It'd be different if we would have went 0-16, then I'd have been like, okay, I see what you're saying. But I mean, shit.
You just made the playoffs,
Right?
And there's a few like you mentioned about the Chargers game. A few different things go like your way. You have a better record. Like
Better. Same with the 49ers game. I mean,
Yep.
shit, we got a fumble at the end of the game, and they called it not a fumble on Trey Sermon, which I still don't fucking get.
The Tampa Bay game.
The Tampa Bay game, right? So we got you talking about 3 or 4 games, but we're 7 points off of a fucking victory. So
that's the difference between 9-8 and 12-5. Like
exactly. And we go 12-5 and no one says shit. At the beginning of the season, we were 1-5, and everybody were like, "Oh, we fucking terrible."
So hold on, go ahead.
Yeah. It's all good.
No, I was gonna just go through the comments. But you can.
Okay, yeah, sure. I have a quick question. I think we can, sell another signing, a re-signing that was made this offseason with Derek Barnett. And I think on the outside looking in, he gets mixed reviews. A couple penalties here and there. If it's passion, right? Like, dude's passionate about football. I was wondering if you can just talk about who he is as a person, why Eagles fans should stop questioning him as a player, because obviously
it's always him. I don't know if you've seen that clip. I don't know if you've seen that clip, Sean. It's a pretty famous clip.
Dispel some rumors here, and talk about him as a person and him as a player and what he means to this team.
Nah, man, he's good, man. He's a real good dude. Like, I mean, he's one of them people. Like, when I first my rookie year, he was talking to me a lot, man. Like, just, and not even about football, just little stuff. Like, yo, you good? Like, mental good? Like, how you just keep doing, just keep focusing, just keep going every week. Like, or even before the games, he would tell me like, yo, come on, let's go make this play right here. Like, shit like that, little shit. So he's good people's, man. I think the whole penalty thing, like you said, man, it's passion, man. It's tough, like. And I get it because it's frustrating as a fan and even as a player sometimes just getting a penalty at certain situations. But you gotta understand, man, when you got the competitive nature and you're trying to get an edge on somebody, that quick jump is like trying to time that ball. That's a real it's a thing. So it gets tough sometimes. And I'm not saying it's right, but he's a really good player. And when he's at his best, it's fucking tough to stop him. I can't lie. So I mean, he's a good dude, man. It's good people's.
Another re-signing that we didn't see coming because we didn't see the cut coming. Fletch, was there ever a doubt that he wasn't coming back? Like we also the headline come out, Eagles cut Fletcher Cox, and we're all like, what the fuck? Are you like what the hell is going on here? And people are already he's probably gonna go to the Bills. He's probably gonna go to the Chargers. Right. Like he's gonna go follow Khalil Mack to the Chargers. Like what the hell's going on here? Was there when you saw that? Was there like, oh who cares? He's coming back? Or was there a serious doubt?
I honestly didn't know. I didn't know honestly. I remember I heard rumors during the season that he had asked for a trade or something like that, but I wasn't too sure. Like I had seen it, and I remember just looking at my phone like what? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what you mean? Cut Fletch. But they signed him back. So, I was happy again. I seen that. I was stuck for a second and I seen every sign. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, all right, good. But I mean, and I didn't really know, man. I didn't have a clue. That it surprised me like everybody else. I didn't even know that was a thing, honestly.
Yeah, shit just came out and then we're like, oh, okay.
Right.
Okay.
Like what?
So a few things from the chat before we stop wasting your time. We got so Zach is asking, now that you're 2 years into the league, have you developed any pregame rituals or superstitions that you may not have had like coming in from Temple that you just came like is your pregame ritual listening to My Lotta sing?
Nah, yo, speaking of that though, yo, he's fucking different for that. Yo, did you watch that?
Yeah.
Yo, he's man, that was, bro, I watch that video all the time. I think I listen to that more than the regular. The song is a good song, but his version is hot as shit. Like
he did it better than the artist.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. I'm like, he's better than the artist. But pregame rituals, nah, I really don't have any, honestly. Like I mean, I do have the same routine. I kind of do the same warm up. I jog around the field and I do my little warm up thing. But no, I don't have any pregame rituals or anything like that. I try to if I had a good game the week before, I'll try to do the exact same thing I did the week before. I'll be superstitious about that stuff. I'll be like, you know what? I didn't do leg sweeps this week, so I'm gonna do leg sweeps this week again.
You got to flex this. You got to flex the same way that you did last week.
Exactly
Yeah.
right. Exactly.
So we got another one. We got was there a play last year for you, or I guess on the team that really stuck out to you personally, and that you just could
Like
just
a play
take out
I made or a play that the team?
a play that
Either
either or either one.
Well, for the team, shit, I would say that Slay's fumble recovery against the Broncos was pretty big.
in the return.
I felt like that was a pretty big play. And then for me personally was my play that same game on the punt that I hit the returner. I thought that was pretty big for me in terms of the Pro Bowl voting. But that Slay fumble was fucking ridiculous. That shit was crazy. So I mean,
last time you came on the pod, we talked about it was a running joke about fighting a kangaroo, and I remember seeing you a couple hits on special teams, man. I was like, I kind of believe him, man. I kind of believe that he could take a kangaroo after seeing some of those hits, man. Flying down the field.
Kangaroos can fuck people up, man.
Yeah, they can, but I mean, he ain't seen me yet.
Yeah, that's true.
Nah, but yeah, I mean, I started to enjoy special teams a lot. I started to find out. For me, it was like, I wasn't playing so much on defense, so I had to find a way to be really productive, and I needed something because I was like getting kind of bored with myself. I'm like, man, I need to fucking do something. I need to make a play. So I started to find it on special teams, man. I started to realize like how to beat people in certain ways, and then I just, the hitting part was just the fun part because I was just running down there like, all right, if I could take this angle, I'm gonna fucking blast this kid. And I used to do that shit all the time, so it got fun.
Now that you're obviously you're many years into Philly, from Temple to right outside Philly to now in Philly. Has your opinion on cheesesteaks, like your favorite cheesesteak plates, has changed? Max. I think last year you said
Max's. It's crazy though because there's a spot. You ever had Gitanos in Jersey?
No.
Yo, they give you like this cheesesteak, and I can lie to you not. It's like 18 inches. It's ridiculous. It's like huge. That is probably the best cheesesteak I ever had. But Max's, I just had one the other day. Max's is still number one for me because just something about that salt, pepper, ketchup, and onion. That shit good as hell. Sorry.
So everybody, so now anybody. So you got to go to Zach Pascal. He's new. He's brand new, so you got Max. You can't say it to Hassan. He's been there. So
I got to take
here as well.
I gotta be careful.
Here,
Max is Philly's crazy right now, so Max ain't really in a good spot all the time. But yeah, I'm taking moving there.
I mean, Philly's
Kazir's from around here too, though.
Yeah. At the end of April, I'm going out to Philly. I'm taking out my track team to Penn Relays.
Oh man, you're going to Penn Relays?
Yep.
Oh, I used to go every year in high school when I used to run.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so fucking fun, man. Great.
You were Haddon Heights, right?
Who? What?
No. What? No, you which one? Where you were down? No, you were down there. Yeah.
Panicking now. He's panicking.
I went to Mount Holly, Rancocas Valley.
Mount Holly. That Haddon Heights is the other one down there.
He said Haddon Heights.
Haddon Heights is the other one down there. I'm pretty sure I've been at meets that you've been at because you definitely were. You were at Meet the Champions a few times.
Meet the Champions. We won that shit. Our 4x1 team won that shit.
Yeah. I coached down there when I coached at Bergen County. We were. That was when you were in high school. So yeah, I definitely.
Oh, I didn't know you coached at Bergen. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was in TNEC for
oh shit,
for a few years. Yeah.
Damn.
That's Tamba Hali's high school.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, so we'll be down there. We're gonna be. I know my girl's gonna be like, oh, Coach, where's it? Well, I'm gonna get a cheesesteak, but you can't go there.
No, I can't go to Max.
Can't go there because a bunch of little white girls who probably get scared in the middle of Philly. So it's all right. It's okay. I'll be there. But yeah, so we got let's see if we got anybody else.
We got yeah. You're gonna say that one too. You got a favorite Philly rapper?
Favorite Philly rapper? Meek.
You can't. I was about to say you can't say Meek.
I can't say Meek.
Okay. No, Meek is the default. Like
Leaf Ward. You know what that is? Leaf Ward. Great rapper. Y'all should go listen to him. Great.
So like Greg Ward if he was a rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can say that. Go ahead.
There you
If Greg ever sees this, fuck you, Greg.
He won't see this shit. Yo, Greg, I got Greg's college.
That's another resign.
I got Greg's college jersey in my closet right now.
He's a hell of a college player. Holy
I got the number one. I got the number one in my closet right now.
Classic.
That's it. The gray on red with the red on gray.
Yeah, that shit's fire. Houston has some good jerseys.
So last year, quickly before you go, you said we
got one more question too, but
you good.
Yeah. So you said last year watching Jalen, you all stood up. You all like were watching. What is he gonna do now? You know, it was that kind of player. How was it watching Devontae Smith and the way he just gets up there and gets the football, gets his feet down, and all that? Like the Slim Reaper. Like we were talking to Zach
his size too.
Yeah, he's like before he was drafted last year. I made the comparison like coming from a track. You're a track kid, yeah. and some of your distance runners on your team weren't the heaviest, you know, because they're just running miles and miles and miles. So they're slim. I'm like, this dude is lighter than some of my distance runners. Like he's skinny. Like if you look at the pictures of some of these kids who run 2 miles and more, they're the same size. But then last year, you just see him dominate. Like you just see, and when we talked to Zach last week, he said he was watching routes by Quez. He was watching routes by Devontae, and he just could see that those were routes taught by Sirianni. Like how was it watching the way he did his footwork and the way he catches it when standing on the sideline?
Yeah, I mean, it was great. It was great. I mean, honestly, and then the whole thing about his size, it's like the NFL nowadays, it makes you honestly so hard to touch the receivers and hurt them in a physical way that it's really tough to just play him in space. And Smitty is really good in space. He's a really good route runner. He's really smart with the ball and positioning his feet, and he gets his feet down. And the same goes with Quez. I mean, I think Quez is one of the most underrated receivers right now. I mean, he didn't get as lot of touches last year as he should have. But, I mean, he's a fucking hell of a player. He takes the top off. He's fast as shit. He can run great routes, and he can catch. He made big plays at times when we needed it. Throwing up the Quez, he was jumping over, catching shit on the sideline. So both of them, and I mean Smitty, man, I knew that shit was gonna happen. I was saying that before the season. I'm like just watching him in camp. I'm like, nah, he can fucking play. Like he's a fucking baller, and that's exactly what he did. Him and Jalen, you know, they played together in college too, so they kind of cheating for real. But we ain't gonna talk about it.
I mean, that kind of segues. I wasn't gonna go with that question. I was gonna
I hit it by accident.
Okay. Yeah. So outside of yourself, because we know. You're about to break out as well. But do you have a breakout candidate for the Eagles this year?
Breakout candidate.
Oh.
Hold on, give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Like you mean breakout like that's not already a hot like.
Yeah, like
someone say hot, like not hot.
That's what's tough. They're all good.
Yeah.
So like somebody that's gonna have
you can't say Darius because Darius had all pro.
Marcus Epps.
Okay. He got some more playing time last year. He looked good.
I'm telling you, he works his fucking ass off. I worked out with him last offseason. He actually owns a gym up in LA. He just opened up his own gym out there. But I mean, he fucking works, and he has footwork and he's good. He gets his fucking chance. He's gonna do. I'm telling you, he's a good player.
So Eagles fans, calm down with the safety talk. Marcus Epps, safety one.
Telling you, watch. They don't even know.
That's it. So we'll let you go. Man.
Also, TJ, my fault.
TJ,
all right.
There you go.
TJ,
I'm
my guy, my brother.
What about Milton Williams? I feel like he's gonna have a big year.
Yeah, Milt. Oh man, I forgot about Milt, man. Woo.
Milt was that player. I don't know if you've seen the video or not.
And
but
Zach McPherson, but go ahead.
I mean, Sirianni called him out by name a couple. I think it was today actually, when talking about the young corners because everybody say you know Nelson's not there. He's not signed.
We don't have Steve?
No, he was free. He was 1 year deal.
Huh? We didn't sign Steve. We only had 1 year with Steve.
Yeah, it was
not yet, but
he hasn't resigned. Yeah, he's still free.
Okay.
Yeah, he's only the only teams I've seen him been linked to has been Kansas City. He's been linked to Kansas City. But Sirianni today talked about Zach. He talked about Tay Gowan. He talked about what was the other corner he talked about?
Wait, who would you just say the second person? Who?
Tay Gowan.
Oh, Tay Gowan, yeah.
Yeah. He said that we got really, really good young corners here, and and they're happy where they at. And it leads the fans to believe that they're targeting corner in the draft because they maybe Andrew Booth or Sauce is going to be top 10.
Yeah, I know.
Sauce
That's what I was saying too. But I mean, it's good to dream.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Stingley's probably up there too. But so I mean, you never know. Quarterbacks get overdrafted like crazy, and they push other players down. Like there's talk of Kyle Hamilton dropping in the draft because, and that if he goes to you guys, it's it. That's it. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
It's over. Like there's nothing like that. That dude reminds me of. I got a lot of Cam Chancellor in him. He got a lot of Cam Chancellor in him.
He's a big fucking safety. He's a good fucking player.
He's a really good player, man.
Yeah.
So, but what the hell was I gonna say? I had too much whiskey already.
Oh, we were talking about Zach and Pearson.
No. So I never seen. I don't think you've seen the video yet or not. But last draft when Milton Williams was drafted, Howie was going around because they made that trade. And then they traded back a little bit. And Tom Donahue was like, nah, I'm not that because he wanted Lee McNeil who went to Detroit.
Yeah.
But Milton Williams, I was a big Milton Williams fan.
Dog.
I was one of the few people that I've seen on Twitter that actually knew who he was, and I was like, this dude's a monster. And everybody's like, nah, he's from LA Tech. Like, who gives a shit? Like Louisiana Tech. Where's he playing from? Like, it was crazy. And now people see like dudes.
I hate when people judge people off of schools that they went to, but Milton is he's first of all, he's a big boy. Like he ain't no little boy. Yeah. He's a big boy and he's nice, man. He's good. He's really good. He's strong, smart. He got some good reps, quality reps this year too, and the defense. So he's gonna be good this year.
He deserved it.
Playing off of Tavon and Fletch.
That defensive line.
Speaking of Hargrave,
yeah. It's a nasty defensive line.
You guys have a fucking deep.
So I can't wait to play behind them because holy shit.
You got BG coming back healthy. You got Sweat again for another year. You got Reddick there now to either play next to you or down at the edge. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Especially when you're knocking Carson on his ass. But anyways, it's first before we go, I do want to say we're going to send up our co-host Brian. His daughter just had surgery, so prayers to Brian, and she's out doing well right now. Brian, we miss you, and we hope the best for Riley. Speedy recovery. We love you, and we'll be here when you're back. But Shaun, thank you for coming on. Year 3. Almost a Pro Bowl, year 2, so that means you got to be in Pro Bowl year 3. Like you just got to. It's just got to. You got to trend upwards. Nothing rookie year, almost second year. You got to make it. Third year.
I got you this year. This year, I got you. Let's watch this.
That's it.
And I'm at the C. I need that C. So
Shaun's working extra hard. Everyone in the chat, we got to work extra hard. We got to spam those votes when the time comes.
That's it.
Okay, that's what we got to do.
That's it. Like, if you got to buy a new phone, just buy a new phone. That's it.
Train those fingers,
That's it.
I'm going to buy 6 extra phones and vote every day off of all my phones.
There you go. Next time you talk to Nick Rallis, just be like, yo, let me get your phone. Just
Speaking of him, he just actually hit me. I got to text him back.
So last year, I mentioned to you, people say that I look like him.
You do. For sure.
Okay.
Yo, 100%. Matter of fact, can I take a screenshot? Hold on. Thank you. Yeah, wait till I send that in the fucking chat.
Yeah,
I'm gonna send you a DM and let you know what he fucking says. That's
yeah. Yo, you gotta link. Listen, Shaun, you gotta do me this favor. You gotta link me with him so me and him can have a chat on the same pod together, just side to side.
Give me like that Spider-Man picture.
Just looking at him.
All right, bet I can do that.
Yeah, just me and him, just talking about how good looking we both are. So it's.
We can't feed your ego like that, man.
And see how much bigger my traps are than his. I haven't been to the gym in a few weeks. I haven't been to the gym in a few weeks, so I can't say that. The damn 2 kids, but don't tell them I said that. But so thank you, Shaun. Best of luck this year. We're really looking forward to your growth and the team's growth and seeing you flex over these people many times, and we can't wait for the first sack on Carson Wentz.
There we go. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
it's going to knock him back. That's
First
gonna be
interception.
fun.
I got you with that. No,
Yo, listen. To show the fans that you remember, like you've been out here 3 years, obviously three episodes. One of these days, when you do something, you got to do like a kangaroo celebration or something. You got to do something like this, like how kangaroos.
I'll do some funny shit. I gotta think of it, but I'm gonna do some funny shit. So you
all right.
If I make a
yeah, I got you.
Just check it out. I got you for sure.
We're looking forward to that. So thank you, Shaun. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Obviously, everybody here is cheering for you as well. I think this is probably one of our most watched episodes we've had in a long time. So everybody tuning in to see you. That you're quickly have become one of the favorite Eagles players that are on the team, with the best number by far. You know, because you see, I'm in Fonte 54, and he left already. So that's it for me and Morgan.
The outro is too long. That's the thing.
I talk too much, man. I talk too much.
He's probably just going to work on the celebration. That's what I think.
No, there he is. Yeah, he got off quick. Yeah, no,
it's all good.
No,
we just figured you have to go practice the celebration.
To practice.
No, I thought y'all kicked me out that quick. I'm like, damn, I ain't even get to say bye. I'm like,
you went to the mirror to start going like this. So thank you, Shaun. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. For Morgan, I'm Chris. Brian, we'll miss you. See you next week. Flipping the birds. Go Birds.
Appreciate y'all, man. Take it easy.
Of course. Have a good one. Do you want to do it the outro again so you can go Birds?
Go Birds.
Do I do Brian's? Brian's got to say yes, sir. It's weird without him.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Oh, hold on.